All right. Today, I am talking about the limited series from 2021 or 2 called Yellowjackets on Showtime. Recap Yellowjackets. Because, why am I recapping Yellowjackets? Because I binged 6 or 7 episodes yesterday, maybe 5, I don't know. But that shit was pretty good, man. I thought it was a good ass show. I did not finish season 1. I don't even know if there's more than one season, but I am recapping it for Grace Jones because it is way too gruesome for you. And yeah, this is an old school tell you about something that you can't watch because why not? So anyway, Yellowjackets. It is a show about a group of women that in their high school years they are part of a soccer team, like a high school soccer team or something, and they are undefeated, and they go to nationals, and they crash. Their airplane crashes, and the team gets stranded in the woods for I think over a year, somewhere in the United States or Canada or something. But it's like a dual timeline. So the one timeline is in 1996 when the crash happens and them trying to survive, and the day or so leading up to when they leave. And then the second timeline is present day, and everyone kind of basically reconfronting what happened 25 years prior. And you already get off on a weird foot because the show, the cold intro of the show is a girl running through, I think, snowy woods, and she falls into a trap and gets killed, and then some people in some creepy druid forest robes with skulls carry her off, drag her through the snow. So you already know there's some weird culty shit going on. And then it goes into the show of I'm pretty sure it goes into them playing soccer and shit. So the story goes, these girls, we only know of because it goes back and forth in the first episode to the present. So we know some of them are going to die. It's a fucking plane crash. Some of them are going to die. And then we even know that some people are getting killed in traps in the woods and falling into spikes and getting dragged through the snow. So initially you only think that there are 3 girls that survived the car crash of this soccer team. It's called Yellowjackets because their team nickname is the Yellowjackets. And one of the women is a politician. She's running for state senator of New Jersey. And she's sort of an alpha doggy kind of girl back in high school. She's lesbian. We only know this because she's married to a woman in the present, and she's currently running for her state senate race. She has a son. And back in high school, she starts off by saying oh, this freshman girl's not locked in. We need to try to make it so that she doesn't come to nationals because she could cost us the game. and she tries to, like, when they're practicing, they have like the JV team practicing on defense, and she's like, nah, sub me in, I'm gonna guard Haley or whatever the fuck her name is. And she does, and she like overplays it and slide tackles her and fucking breaks this girl's leg, like the bone coming through the fucking skin. So you already know, like, they're just not gonna pull any punches. They're gonna try to keep you as like tense and anxious as possible, which I was, Grace. I was like so on edge all last night on the couch, like but I loved it. Anyway, so we have her, the, you know, tall black woman with the pretty hair, and our next girl that we know survives because she's in the present is Natalie, or Nat, and she's like the burnout character. They're all like 90s high school kids, so she's like a grungy kind of like punk girl, like they call her a burnout, and she like drinks and smokes and does drugs and has sex. And then like in the present, we're introduced to her in rehab, and she like gets out of rehab. It's funny, in the rehabs, like her last day in rehab, she has a group session, and they're like, hey, it's your last day in group, you want to share any wisdom with the rest of the people? And she's sharing, and she says something at one point about like all the things that, you know, I've been through and the things that I've done. And one of the other people in the group in the rehab place like cut in, and they're like, what did you do? Oh my god, you've been here this whole time and we still don't know what the fuck you did. What did you do? And she just kind of glosses over it. So there's like a lot of implication that maybe there's like cannibalism that happens when they get stranded out there, which obviously is the first thing we think of when we think of these scenarios, you know, Dahmer party or whatever. Wait, Donner party? Dahmer party? Yeah, we think of Dahmer party or Donner party. Cannibalism either way. So, and then like, so she gets out, and she immediately goes and like gets fucked up, and she is like on a mission to look for someone. She says in the group like, oh, I have a purpose now. And we're like, okay, that's interesting. And then the third girl is her name's Shauna, and she's like a mom/wife in the present, and like stay at home kind of mom. And she, in the high school days, is best friends with this girl Jackie, who's like the captain. And I think we're introed to her because Jackie's like hooking up with her boyfriend Jeff in her room, and Shauna's there to pick her up, and Jeff comes like running, like jumping out of her window and like running around. And Shauna's like, oh my god, you're like, I saw Jeff. Like, she's like, yeah, I'm trying to lose my virginity before I go to college. And Shauna's like, oh, okay. And it's like awkward because you're like, Shauna's a virgin, and she like doesn't want to get judged for being a virgin, but like Jackie's like, oh, I'm a virgin, I'm gonna lose my virginity because that's smart. And then anyway, like goes to their practice. The girl gets her leg broken. Then they go to a party after, and Jackie and Shauna get a ride home from Jeff, and they take home Jackie first, and Shauna gets in the front seat and like starts fucking Jeff, her best friend's friend. And he's like, I thought we weren't gonna do this anymore. And she's like, we're not. And like, just get your dick out and let's do it. And she says, like, what did she say, bro? It's so funny. She says, if you come inside me, I will raise the baby to become a psycho killer and hunt you down and murder you. And I thought that was pretty good. So yeah, we have those three, and then like in the second episode or the third episode, we're introduced to Misty, who is like the team manager kind of girl. Like she's not actually on the team, but she gets brought in. She's like the manager or whatever. I don't really know why why she's part of the team, but she is also alive in the present. So there are only 4 people that we know of that are alive in the present, and Misty is like super weird, curly hair, Christina Ricci, so like sexy ass actress that like dresses weird for the role, which I always like. She's got like glasses and curly hair. She's like still hot, but she's like supposed to not be hot. And she works at like a old person home. She's like a caregiver kind of deal. And right away we know something's up with her. So I'm thinking like, obviously there's some kind of dark shit that happened with these girls. Right away I'm thinking that they're they started some cult out in the woods, because they were out there for over a year. So like somehow they like started a cult or got roped into a cult and started eating each other, or they just started getting super ceremonious about their cannibalism stuff, to the point where they were like, we need to like, we were just getting caught up in the ceremony part of it, and I don't know. So I'm like, these girls are up to some weird shit, especially Misty. So what else happens? The politician lady, I forget her name. She somehow, oh yeah, she gets visited. No. One of the other ones gets visited. Shauna gets visited by a journalist who's like, oh, I'll pay you, like, if we can write a book together. Like, I know that you need to get your story out there, and all of them are, and she's like, no. And they're like, and the journalist lady's like, well, some of the other people are talking and they're going to be getting paid. She's like, no one else is talking. Like, fuck you. She's like, all right. So there's like, obviously this is a story out there, like, you know, these girls get in a crash and survive, and like what really happened, you know, like those People magazine stories about like these crazy situations that people get obsessed with. So like they're trying to keep everything quiet, but like there's some kind of rumor, murmur, blah 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 stuff going on, because like the politician sees some video put out by her opponent that's like basically like hinting cannibalistic kind of stuff, like she did something bad, and like it's showing images of her like eating meat. So yeah, man, the meat stuff you would really hate, I promise you that. Like, it's super gross. Like there's animal carcasses all the time. Like after their crash, they fucking see like vultures eating a bear. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why is a bear, like, what killed a bear? But we got to see its brains and everything. This is a super disorganized recap, because I'm just kicking it off the top when I got off work. Oh shit, I forgot to start my computer. Fuck. It's already 4:30. Fuck. Alright. I should probably do that. Anyway, that's it for today's recap. I'm gonna fucking finish the show, but it was good as fuck. So, but spooky and really like, yeah. Anyway, see ya.